As I said in my last video, I let out a little laugh when I hear people talk about Star Wars and say, this scene or this dialogue ruined the entire movie or trilogy for me. I'll link that video in the description below. Of course Star Wars has strange dialogue and scenes. It was made that way. And those Star Wars fans usually do it to make their favorite Star Wars trilogy or movie, well, less available for scrutiny. But let me tell you something. Ready? Are you sure? Okay, I warned you. Subscribe to my channel. All of Star Wars has strange dialogue and scenes. And so you know, I love it all. I've mentioned 1,000 times that George Lucas said Star Wars is supposed to be like a soap opera in space. Family drama, dialogue that can't really be used in conversation in real life, and things that make you say, why the hell is this in here? Not that I watch soap operas. I don't. No, I don't. But maybe George Lucas is covering up his inability to write cohesive dialogue in Star Wars by pawning it off as a space soap opera. I guess that's possible too, but be that as it may, subscribe to my channel. Star Wars is full of it in every trilogy. Last time I talked about the weird scenes that make me scratch my head in the original trilogy of Star Wars. I wanted to leave it at that, but as one viewer, Christopher Downing 3892, pointed out, there's one thing I wanted to include in my last video that I really ran out of time for. I don't like making my videos so long, so I'll include that one now. Then move on to the prequel trilogy of Star Wars, The Phantom Menace. Yeah, no trilogy is safe. Please don't take anything I say here too seriously. That's the point of this. I love Star Wars for all its goofiness. And here we go. Darth Vader says, there will be no one to stop us this time. First off, did he really need to say that? Is he trying to pump up his troops? No, not pump them. Dirty minds, I swear. No, trying to get their adrenaline going in hopes of a victory. But the second question is, who was there to stop them the last time? From everything I've seen, and it's fairly widespread knowledge about Star Wars, Darth Vader has been pretty victorious up to this point. If he is talking about the Battle of Scarif, no one stopped him. He just didn't stop the rebels either before that base was blown all to hell by his own people. Then there's the fact that the Empire is in control of most of the freaking Star Wars galaxy. Who has stopped you last time, Vader? And what in the hell are you afraid they will stop you from doing? Building a Death Star? It's built, and it's been tested on a couple of Star Wars locations at this point. Success. And no one stopped you from capturing the rebel ship as it fled Scarif. Look at me. Now I'm getting worked up. Okay, in all seriousness, well, almost seriousness, this line makes Darth Vader look like he's had more losses than the 2020 Cincinnati Bengals. Take your victories with pride, homie. You've done well for an evil overlord. Alrighty, let's move on to the prequels of the Star Wars saga. First up, we have The Phantom Menace. The hype for this movie was incredible, but at the time, there were more people scratching their sore butts after watching it in the theaters from the booty raping they felt they got than I'd like to admit. I never fell into that category. I was wide-eyed the whole time we saw it, and I saw it like 2,187 times in the theater. See what I did there? Yeah, moist over my own jokes again. Hey, I have no one to bounce these jokes off of, so this is what you get. I'll expand more on this character in a bit, trust me. There's a lot to go over with him. You all know who I'm talking about. But if you don't, I'm talking about the duck-billed amphibian with big ears, Jar Jar Binks. Now, a lot of this may come off as harsh, but believe me, I actually like Jar Jar for what he is, children's entertainment. But the whole story of Jar Jar, what the holy crap were you thinking, George Lucas? We have this idiot who accidentally bumps into a Jedi, a great Jedi. The Jedi is annoyed by the goofy bastard, but lets him tag along anyway. The same idiot who was destined to be executed, oh, I'm sorry, punished for crashing into the boss's hay bibber, whatever the hell that is. Then, like a good little enemy informant, he shows the Jedi where to find the Gungan's hidden city. It's hidden for a reason, asshat. Okay, all good. They leave the Gungan city and trek onward. Near the midway point, again, Jar Jar is a good little enemy informant and shows them the Gungan's second, more secret hiding place. Jerk. But again, he is not punished. Instead, he's made into a general. A Bombad general. Why? He did nothing to lead anyone, didn't fight in a battle, didn't strategize anything. He was just told to take the Jedi somewhere, and he did. Are the bosses bigger idiots than Jar Jar Binks? He didn't bring the Gungans and Naboo together. Queen Amidala did. Yeah, I know the whole Darth Jar Jar theory, and it isn't canon, regardless if George Lucas meant it to be that way or not in the beginning. But that would have made so much more sense. We were left with someone getting grandeur for no reason instead. And it took up a lot of the movie. All right. Calming down. Okay, next up we have the Trade Federation. The battle-hardened terrorist group that couldn't speak a bit of good dialogue if it meant signing Shohei Ohtani to their roster. Wait, did I make a Japanese reference about the Trade Federation? I sure did. Why do they all have Japanese accents? Is this some kind of message that Japanese businessmen are... Never mind. With the Gungans being hillbillies and the Nemoidians being Japanese businessmen, George Lucas, what are you thinking once again? Anyways, I don't know where to start with their dialogue. Take your pick. It's all messed up. And did they really mess up Naboo the way Sio Bibble or whatever the hell his name is said? Or was he being forced to say it? Of course he was being forced. Look at Theed after the Trade Federation took over. There is ne'er a sign of rubble nor carbon scoring. It looked more like a peaceful transition of power. Albeit imprisonment inside a wide-open hangar, I honestly can't just pick one line of dialogue that is worse from these guys. They've went into the ventilation shaft. Finally, we are getting results. It's all really bad. Last but not least, and this is more of an homage than a critique, Darth freaking Maul. I mean, how cool was this freak? Red and black being two of the most terrifying colors. Sure, as an audience member, we weren't afraid, but I'm sure Qui-Gon and Obi-Wan were pooping themselves when they saw this man covered all in black in the desert. Wait, heavy black layers in the desert. Good thing he wasn't on Tatooine very long. He would have been dehydrated like he almost did in Rebels. Lips are dry, not moist. Back to the point. This guy had the easiest dialogue to write in all of Star Wars, except maybe Boba Fett. Why? Because there was no way George Lucas could mess up 3 lines. Maybe that's why he tried to kill him off in The Phantom Menace. He became too cool to ruin with soap opera-style dialogue. Ah, the good old days, when a proper villain had only a few lines to read and looked as cool as Jason Momoa, with the verbal communication expertise of Vin Diesel. Okay, maybe I'll bring up one more thing. Anakin Skywalker. Poor kid, little Jake Lloyd. I feel so bad for him, and I'm glad he's getting better. But, man, you were ruined with that dialogue you were forced to read. Are you an angel? Meh, sounds like something a kid would say. So, he gets a pass for that one. At least he wasn't forced to say he hates sand. Save that dialogue for an older actor with thicker skin. Okay, let's leave Anakin alone for this one. I really do feel bad for the kid that played him. My point with all of this is we can pick apart every Star Wars movie, and yes, I'm going to. We can point out bad scenes, bad dialogue, and let it ruin our experiences for these movies if we let it. But why? I mean, why let it ruin it all for us? I know I didn't get to talk much about Attack of the Clones nor Revenge of the Sith, which was actually better with dialogue than the previous 2 films, but those definitely need full videos to really understand. I'm having a lot of fun with this. Subscribe to my channel, and I hope you do too. I know my brand of humor is a bit old-fashioned and, well, but It's the whole point to have fun with everything and not take entertainment so seriously. Until the next time, subscribe to my channel and give the video a thumbs up. May the force be with you forever. Yeah, I said it. It's like telling someone to have a nice day versus telling them to enjoy the next 24 hours. Same meaning, different words and feel. Bye.